Right, stories that are featuring in the news today, and we're going to touch upon those now with Christopher Biggins and Dawn Neeson. And Christopher, in The Sun today, they talk about diets. What are they saying about diets?
Well, what they're saying is that diets, and I think this is true, funnily enough, are far more difficult for women than men. I mean, I think women... I think it's a real problem for women to diet. They seem to want... It's top of their agenda, whereas I don't think men really, as you get older, think about it.
Well, if we look at you and me, you can tell we're obsessed. We're obsessed with the whole subject.
You're both fine figure of strapping young men.
Yeah, but I think men can get away with it. You know, I mean, we don't... I certainly...
Well, you definitely get to wear blazers and things, which are great tailoring and hide a multitude of things. Not in your case.
No, but you're right. You're right there. But I've always been big, and and I've been on diets. But I hate them. Diets, I think, are the worst thing. There's only one way to lose weight. That's eat less and exercise.
Well, I'm eating much less, and I'm just getting bigger. It's true. Is it medication? What is it?
I think you've hit the nail on the head. There's, joking aside, medication you can take when you get older. Certainly, as a man and as a woman, medication makes a difference. Your metabolism changes as well. It does slow down. There's nothing any of us can do about that.
Yeah.
And sort of like, it doesn't matter. You can eat as little as you like, and you still find it much, much harder to lose weight. I think the serious side of this story, though, is the fact that when men get older, there are other health issues that come into play that you need to be aware of about losing weight. Type 2 diabetes being the big one at the moment, and that's why men do need to be more aware of their weight and healthy eating.
I'll go out on a limb at the moment, and I'll say women are probably generally bigger than men. I just think the amount of... It's very hard to be in a gathering or walk down the street and not see, not big women, huge women. I mean, I think I'm big, but nothing compared to some of the people I see now who just...
Yeah, I agree with you.
There's no standard.
But the thing is, does this bring it all back to the fact that we find it difficult to talk about the obesity problem in this country? Because then you're then accused of fat shaming.
Yeah.
But we need to talk about obesity. We need to talk about it in a non-insulting, non-threatening way, but be aware that there is a problem in this country, even with little kids now being obese.
And for people who say, oh, my health is fine, there's nothing wrong, yes, your blood pressure might be fine that day, but it will not be fine overall. I mean, and to say that there's no health issues with it is a denial that's just silly.
But I do like the theory that women find it harder. And I, just add to the list, I can say to my husband, but it's just naturally, I can't stick to these rules. It's the same with sleeping in. Women need more sleep than men, so just let me stay in bed a bit longer. Apparently, that's true.
Well, I'd agree with that in my experience, and also I think women are generally colder than men.
We are colder. That's an actual fact.
Yeah. I mean, not just emotionally.
That's not a fact.
Physically as well.
Yeah, but we are. I mean,
I'm freezing as well.
Yeah, see?
Feel that.
Our body temperatures.
I mean, that is weird.
That is weird.
That is weird. Why are you so cold,
Our
both of
body
you?
temperatures are set cooler than yours automatically.
Yeah.
Is that to do with reproduction, or...?
It must be, I don't know. Even though in my case it's a bit late, to be honest with you, to do the whole reproduction
I think
thing.
it's all to do with the fact that women have hearts and men don't. Cold hands, warm heart.
That's the one.
Right, OK. What am I looking
Let's
at?
talk, Dawn.
It's always when you kick your brains, it's worried me, Biggins.
Let's talk about Kate, because we haven't talked about her for a while. And
Well, it was 7 minutes or so.
Have we talked about her in the last... Well, I don't feel like we've talked about her for a little while. So, obviously, everybody very concerned about her health after her big revelation on Friday. But the front of the Telegraph is really quite shocking. The suggestion that these hostile states, China, Russia and Iran, are actually trying to destabilise Britain.
I was
by
gobsmacked by this
slurs about her.
Gobsmacked by this story. China and Russia behind slurs on the princess. We've seen all the trolls and stuff, the media stuff and some of the mad conspiracy theories online. And I just thought there were people out there with too much time on their hands and just being a bit nasty. But it actually seems to be the case that hostile countries like China and Russia and Iran could be spreading misinformation and encouraging these theories to destabilise the morale of the country.
I think it's because they know how much we love our royal family. And I think they think this is something that will get at them to really destabilise them. You know, I mean, it's not good news.
But it's not really the royal family that they are looking to destabilise. They're looking to destabilise the country.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I do think people take a lot of comfort and a lot of succour from the fact that if everything's OK with the royals, then everything's OK.
You're right.
Stop.
Yeah, it's the morale thing. I remember going to, it's not that boring, this story, honestly, Canterbury once, and we were told as we walked around Canterbury Cathedral that the Nazis during the Second World War wanted to obliterate Canterbury and the cathedral because it would destroy the morale of the nation.
Yes,
It never happened, obviously, thankfully the cathedral's still there, but it's like, wow. So it could have that moral effect.
I find that now in all the wars that are going on, some of the most wonderful buildings we're losing. And, you know, we all love to travel and go and see them, and we're not going to be able to see them soon because they're all gone.
We certainly don't build buildings like that anymore.
And I don't think they ever will.
Yeah.
Biggins, you want to talk about a lot of waiters running through Paris yesterday, which I thought was a really stupid story.
No,
and they carry trays with a bottle of wine on or a bottle of water.
No wine,
right.
water,
a
croissant, and I think a coffee. Was it? Yes.
Espresso, darling.
Yeah, espresso. No, I'd have put wine on the list. I tell you what I think is good about this story. You know, everything we read about Paris and France is there's always a riot there. There's always something terrible going on, and this is
bed bugs.
Yeah, exactly. But look at that man. Sami Lamouras running ahead there, beating all the others. I think it's just a fun thing to do. I think we should do it in England. Get some of those waiters out from chic restaurants, you know, running down the road.
We haven't got any hospitality staff.
We haven't got enough staff to be spare room for that.
That's
Don't be
true.
silly. There's nobody available.
But I think it's a nice, fun story for a Monday morning.
Absolutely.
Right, OK, so let's throw the hay cart over now. Olivia Colman, the actress, the esteemed actress, has said there is big gender pay disparity in the film industry. Doesn't surprise you, Dawn, I would imagine?
Not at all, absolutely not. I mean, there is still a pay discrepancy in pretty much every single industry. Women are still paid. On average, I think the latest research was, on average, this is 7% less than men. And in a lot of cases, it's a lot worse than that. So, yes, there is a huge inequality still, despite supposedly having inequality bills where you're not allowed to discriminate between the sexes. It still happens.
And I like the story, the headline of most papers today is that she says, if I was called Oliver, I would earn a lot more money. And I think she's right, you know, and I think she's won Oscars. What does she have to do to get more money?
Sleep with Harvey Weinstein.
Yes,
whatever. Yeah.
Get him out of prison.
Which is disgusting to think that actually may be one of the options open to a woman.
Except men didn't have to do that, did they? It was always the casting couches were traditionally these horrendous toads of men taking advantage of young women. But to be able to command at the top of her game the kind of salary she deserves, it's shocking. Have you seen her in Wicked Little Letters?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
I haven't seen it, but I've seen all the posters on the tube.
Yeah,
I thought, how fantastic.
I've seen it. It is really, really funny.
Is she the star, or is there a co-star as well?
There's a co-star, but there was two very strong female characters, and it's very much a woman's film. And the other comment she made about this was how women are also discriminated against in swearing. Because there's a lot of swearing in this film, really, including the C word, which is Olivia's favourite word, evidently.
I saw an interview with her talking about that, and she really went up on my estimation.
Yeah, exactly. Mine too. I mean,
which is her favourite word? I missed it. Not saying it, but the
C word.
Oh.
Yeah, the C word.
Oh, right, that's where I missed it. You didn't say it. Sorry.
But, I mean, she was saying that sort of like if a man swears, it's fine, but women swearing, it's like you're looked down upon. You're not quite, you know, it's not that acceptable.
My mother, whose birthday is today, she's happy birthday, didn't know the C word until she met Eamonn. And now
she seemed to learn very quickly.
she's adopted it somewhat.
Well, hold on. Was she calling you the C word, Eamonn, or just,
No.
using it in general?
But we had a number of people who had applied to.
Well, there's a marvellous series on television at the moment called Mary and George, which is all about James I, and they constantly swear and use the C word. I mean, I think it's coming full circle now. We're coming back to all of that.
OK. Well, there you go.
Good for you. Swearing is good for you.
You'll be good for us again when we see you in 40 minutes' time. Thank you. Marco, morning.